Hello, winners, and welcome to Two for the Win with your hosts, Nick and Will. Have you wondered about what's going on with AI? I know my partner in crime is wondering. I think we might be replaced by AI pretty soon, but it's a hot topic, and we want to share some thoughts on it because obviously it can impact the way you lead organizations or even roles themselves and how things may change. But before we get into that chat, let's be sure that you share, subscribe, follow Two for the Win on your favorite platform, and want to give a shout out to nickmenard.com and the 1% Push, as well as his Amazon best-selling book, Mindset is My Degree, for sponsoring today's episode. Thank you, Nick Menard.
You're welcome. Hello, Will. Hello, winners.
Hello. So, a little slightly different topic thought we'd touch about, and what spurred the idea is Microsoft came out with a report about 40 jobs that they feel will be at risk with AI, 40 jobs that they feel won't be bothered by AI. And so we are going to go through that list and kind of share some thoughts on that one. Not sure how much we'll be able to get through this. We'll have to read a bunch of names, and I'll just say pick something that stands out to you.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because everybody talk about it currently. Like AI is gonna take all the jobs, and there's part of truth probably. But again, when AI takes the job, we need more job to make sure that AI is working the right way. So it's given and taken. But I can see why some jobs are in jeopardy with this.
Yeah.
But I think we are not completely there yet.
No, long ways away. And I think we're still in the infancy phase with it. So, lot of questions, definitely more questions than answers,
Yep.
I think, with it. But I'm going to surprise you. We didn't talk about the quotes and
No.
quips, so I'm just going to throw these at you.
Is it something about meetings or?
No,
you got it was a good one.
you
got me started.
Yeah, that was a trip. You went like 7-minute rant on that one last week, but worthy rant for sure. But so let's get to our favorite segment. Quotes and quips. There we go. Back at it. Nice. That had a stereo surround sound feel to it. All right. First quote is from Alvin Toffler. Who's Alvin Toffler? Well, he was a futurist. And he said this quote back in 1970.
Oh, wow.
But I think it's very apropos today in today's topic. So, quote is, "The future of work belongs to those who can learn, unlearn, and relearn." Thoughts on that?
I love it because whatever you know may not matter as much in the future. But if you stuck with what you know, you will not be able to grow. And definitely in some industry like IT, for example, you can be like can you imagine 20 years ago when you were the biggest expert in IT? No, like the worst expert in IT know more than you. If you don't change your mindset and if you don't continue to learn. And I love the fact that this quote says about unlearn, because sometimes development means that what was true 10 years ago may not be true or may be the opposite today.
Yeah.
So it's very important to stay up to date and to be always ahead of what's happening. How to do that? By learning, by being curious, by asking questions, and sometimes by being lucky.
Yeah.
But again, luck is for the people who are actually looking for something different.
Yeah, that's right. When preparedness meets opportunity is where luck tends to foster. I think, one of the things that struck me right away, but think about unlearning, were people who are micromanagers. You have to unlearn to be a micromanager, let go of some control, right? Because today's professional, most aren't responding well to micromanagement. Now, if they deserve it, that's different. But just to do that as like your standard MO of leading, like no bueno on that one. One other thing about the IT, I'm going to make it a little funny. So I went to my recent trip to New York. I took that day trip when I was up in Connecticut, and I went to this place called Barcade, and it's a restaurant bar, but it's filled with all arcade games from the 1980s. So you talk about going back in time. Like, can you imagine like kids today playing those games? They got to be like, what in the world is this? And there's a game I forgot about, but they had that I used to play as a kid called Tapper. And you're a bar person, and you have to fill up pints of beer and serve them to the guests before they get to the end of the bar. Otherwise, they throw you out the bar.
Oh my God, that's Wisconsin,
Oh
probably.
yeah, it was so fun.
Yeah.
It was such a fun game. Such a fun game. And I played Donkey Kong, Cubert.
Indiana Jones.
They didn't have that one there. I
Oh,
wish it would have
that was
Pitfall.
my favorite.
I never see Pitfall actually
No?
as an arcade. No, I used to play that at home all the time.
Yeah, I mean that was a famous one in Europe. Indiana Jones, Pitfall, Adam's Family.
Yeah.
All those were pretty good.
Yeah. All right. So the quip, this one's a little more current. And this comes from Santiago Valderrama. When I saw his last name Valderrama, I originally think Wilmer Valderrama from that 70s show. But I don't know if he's related. Santiago, if you're listening.
Valderrama is also a goalkeeper of Colombia who had like the hair, like crazy hair back in the 90s.
Oh, there we go.
That's the guy who did the Scorpio stuff when the ball came on top of him and then he jumped in front and kicked the ball with his back of his leg.
That's right. There you go. So there we go. Some famous Valderramas around the world. Well, this one is an AI engineer, and probably not as well known as the other two. But his quip is, AI won't replace you. A person using AI will.
And that's the kicker. That's the key. I mean, eventually everything can be done by X. You know, let's name it X. But someone will need to learn how to work with X.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, again, something I truly believe in life in general is you that's all about how you react to things that happen to you. And you can hear the fear of a lot of people right now about AI.
Mm-hmm.
But guess AI, I mean, that's coming from Mark Cuban. He said that AI will be creating the first trillionaire on Earth. Someone who actually can understand and handle AI. Someone probably in a basement, even say. Someone that nobody knows, but who study AI and can actually work with AI will be the first trillionaire on planet Earth. Coming from Mark Cuban, who made a few billion. So he knows probably a thing or two about it. But it's very true. It's very true that we create tons of millionaire right now thanks to AI. So you can be one who complain and worry about your job because, oh my God, AI will take it. Or you can be someone who said, no, well, let me learn about this AI thing and see how I can use it and benefit from it instead of being feared by it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I think I shared, I can't remember if I shared it on the podcast or not, but I subscribed with Coursive. And they have a bunch of like micro AI courses to learn all the different AI applications right now. And that's really opened up my eyes on things. And just, you know, we've talked about this before. You always have to be in a state of continuous learning and development. Otherwise, if you're not growing, you're dying type of thing. But with AI, I always go back to when IBM created Watson, and Watson was like the first like major kind of step in that direction. And they pitted Watson against Gary Kasparov, who was at that time the world #1 chess player.
Yes.
And the first time they matched up, Watson beat Kasparov, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh!" And then the second time, believe it or not, Kasparov beat Watson. And then they paired Watson and Kasparov, and they paired them against other top chess players around the world, grandmasters, and they went undefeated. And I think, to your point about like the first trillionaire, like there's definitely concerns. There's regulation. There's a lot of things you have to be careful about with AI. But that being said, it's kind of like the book "The Obstacle is the Way," which was a book that was based on Stoic philosophy from the ancient Greeks. Like, AI is the way. So embrace it, learn from it, utilize it. Don't run scared from it, or you will be left behind.
Yeah. And also, I remember when I was, younger, of course, and the computers start coming in, people were scared about the computer. Computer is going to take my job. Well, computer is the better, partner or sidekick of everybody. Everybody needs a computer to do anything now.
Mm.
But it didn't replace necessarily like human being. They just help human being in their day-to-day task and accelerate things, make things easier, faster, be able to talk with people across the world and stuff like that, thanks to a machine. And
Mhm.
so AI has, of course, a lot more opportunity to take over. But again, like the chess thing is perfect. It's AI learn. The thing is that the thing that people are afraid of is that AI, when you create it, they keep learning by themselves and they learn habits. That's why when you do marketing, like funnel marketing, the funnel see the data and learn how things are going and they adapt based on data. That's for marketing. And for everything, AI is doing the same thing. But if you combine AI with someone who understands it and can really outperform it or continue to perform it better, that's invincible. And
Mhm.
that's the beauty of it and also the scary thing about it.
Yeah. Yep. So try to find yourself on the right side of the ledger with that one. All right. So this came from Allie Miller posted it. She's somebody I follow on LinkedIn. She's been an AI futurist for years. I forget how I found out about her, but she used to be an executive at Microsoft. Now she's independent. Anyway, she posted, this was back a couple days ago. Microsoft just released the list of 40 jobs most AI applicable and the 40 jobs least AI applicable. So we'll start off with, why don't we go backwards? We'll start off with the jobs who least likely have to worry about AI.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these are pretty interesting. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Phlebotomist. I guess it's got to do with blood, like
Yeah.
extracting blood.
Mm-hmm.
Nursing assistants, hazardous material removal workers, helpers, painters, plasterers, embalmer, plant and system operators, oral surgeons, automotive glass installers and repairers, ship engineers, tire repair and changers, and prosthodontists. I'll stop there because that's about halfway through. So any of those, some of those I don't even know what they do, but any of those that stand out to you that you thought, wow, I thought maybe they could replace, but maybe not.
No, I mean, again, there's a lot about medical field, right? So
Yeah.
medical fields, it's eventually, I think the AI will be a huge plus for medical fields. That may not be replacing people, but that will improve, when you have the ability to have a surgery from someone in Asia in United States, thanks to AI. Like things like that. That's going to be a huge plus for the medical field, I think.
Mm.
And also material who will be more precise and be able to maybe have faster surgery and things like that. So I think AI for medical field will not per se replace it, but will help drastically. So it makes sense to have that. The others, yeah, that's very niche. So I don't think that it would touch a lot of people anyway. So
No, I guess not. I guess the one that a little bit surprised me,
operation.
the hazardous material removal, because maybe they're differentiating between AI and robotics, but you would think you'd want to send a robot in to remove hazardous material unless they're worried about a malfunction, and then if it malfunctions and it releases the hazardous material, that could be a problem.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't think we have enough information to
Yeah,
understand what
probably
they
not.
do.
All right, here's some more.
So it's going to the most likely to be in danger now.
Not endangered. No, this is still the continuation of the
Oh.
other list. I'll just go through it a few more, just in case. Who knows? Maybe somebody hears this and they're like, "Great, now I can rest."
Or maybe someone,
easier.
I'm gonna do that moving forward.
Yeah. Machine feeders and offloaders, dishwashers, cement masons, supervisor of firefighters. There's a specific role. Industrial truck and tractor operators, massage therapists. Yeah, that's probably good. Surgical assistants, tire builders, roofers, gas compressor, maids and housekeeping cleaners, paving, surfacing, and tamping equipment. So like concrete, paver, stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's all the manual job. Like the blue collar kind of job will need to be done, still be done by human for a while, I think.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. But let's just maybe move to the one in danger. That's gonna be more interesting.
Yeah. So maybe instead of spending money on tuition at Ivy League school, you do a 2-year trade.
Hey, that's usually the best. If you are a
Yeah.
hard worker and you are in a great with your hands about something, you have a job for life. That's known. You know.
Yeah. Now this is the list. This is going to get a little dicey. I was looking at this. The number one most likely to be replaced by AI: interpreters and translators.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I got those glasses. You know, the
translate
the
live
Meta.
already.
Yeah. Historians.
Yeah,
That's an interesting one.
because encyclopedias are just so easy now to find.
Sales representatives of services.
Well, I guess.
I mean, that's so broad.
I know. I mean, when you're in sales in general, like you will be able to get anything in. You will send videos. The video will be. You have a question, someone will answer based on the knowledge that AI received. You know.
Yeah. Here's one that's going to hit a little close to home. So make sure you if you haven't yet buy Mindset is My Degree by Nick Menard. Writers and authors.
I mean, you can now write a book in 15 minutes. Literally, there are no AI application that can publish a book in 90 minutes.
There we go. Telephone operators. I didn't even know that was still around.
No.
I'm not going to say that one. I won't say that one either. Oh wait. If people are really interested, hit us up.
Why? You can say what the list says. It's not our list. It's Microsoft list.
I'll come back to it. Brokerage clerks. Telemarketers.
Of course.
Political scientists.
Politician will be good.
Yeah. Yeah, any political science degree, probably no bueno.
And that's probably like 20 years of studies.
News analysts, reporters, and journalists.
Takes 5 minutes to you spit something out and someone comes out with like 2 hours of speech, and you don't need those people anymore anyway. Sorry.
Mathematicians.
Of course. Math is it should not be mathematician anyway. Like data people.
Editors, hosts and hostesses, public relations specialists. That's interesting. Because when you think about public relations, they're trying to position things based on the human psyche, how people will respond.
That's interesting. That one I think will be, that's a stretch for me.
Yeah. Advertising sales agent. Statistical assistants. Data scientists.
Data. I just said data. That you don't need people for data.
I know.
Seriously, when you want to analyze data, actually, I like that. I want to speak about this.
Okay.
I will not make friends, but we all know data can be interpreted a million different ways. That's why if I was a CEO of a large organization, I don't want people to come and explain me. Like you have in those big company, you usually go and present in front of the boards, like how your region, how your territory is doing. I would not do that if I was a CEO, because I want the data to speak and not people who speak on the data. Because it's funny to me that every single time that there is like a pilot going on across different companies, and then they come with numbers, even though the numbers are all dark red, the story is very positive. Yeah, but look, we did that, and look, the improvement, because you want to hide what doesn't work by showing things that work. You can always make data look very good if you turn them the right way. I'm not saying that you lie on the data, but the data can always be turned away that it looks like way more positive than it actually is. So people who analyze data, we don't need them. We have the data. We just ask AI, what does those data mean? Okay, they mean that, great. That's what I want to know. I don't want to have people coming and turn the red into green because the way they talk and they explain situations. And I've been to different companies where it's like, come on, that there's a region that's gonna come up with great idea and great stuff, even though everything is red, but that they know how to turn things. So I think that's already there. You don't need people for the data. The data can speak by themselves.
There you go. I hear you. Models.
That's weird.
I mean, you can generate so many graphics now with AI.
Oh, that part. Yeah, that's true.
Why would you pay somebody have to fly them and all that stuff when you can
true.
like 3D superimpose, and they got those things now that can scan your body, like those custom shoes. They could 3D print. You take a picture of your foot, and they actually 3D print a shoe that would be a perfect fit for your foot. I mean, that's been around for a bit. I've never actually done it yet, but models, yeah. So there you go. I guess I do. Well, I guess I can keep eating my donuts, so I'm good. I don't have to try to get in shape for that kind of career. So good. Go ahead, say it. Nothing.
What were you?
I thought you were going to say.
I think that we at Two for the Win, we say things straight and we don't turn around the butt. Why are you hiding some?
I'm not. I said I'd leave it at the end.
Yeah, but it's fine. I mean, it's a long list. We said pretty much every single thing right now.
We didn't say library science teachers. That was on the list.
Teachers gone. I mean, I love teachers. I have a lot of friends who are teachers and stuff, and I don't wish the worst for them. But let's be realistic. If we talk about which like profession is in jeopardy, come on, professor. Like everything is online.
Yeah.
And they spit out an answer faster than a professor could. And I mean, why you need someone to do that? That makes absolutely no sense. But it's just me.
All right. So the last two: ticket agent, travel agent, and customer service rep.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. And again, I'm not saying that it's I'm not afraid by it. Because I got 2 times this year, like literally a client telling me flat out, "Hey, on ChatGPT, I put in, I want to do this, and they spit out an itinerary with vendors and everything like that." I'm like, great, that's fantastic. But you still need the time to contact each and every vendor, to connect them all together, to do all of that. Because I love ChatGPT, but ChatGPT made tons of mistakes. We all know that.
Yeah,
the data are not accurate yet.
Hallucinations.
And so you may build an itinerary that is completely impossible to fit, for example, because it don't take into consideration some detail that may be super important.
Right.
So I think it helps as a travel agency. I love the fact that to have the ability to get help from AI, and we should use it in order to improve, to be faster with our service, to have more idea to provide to clients. But again, there's 2 ways to react to this. Oh my God, I'm in the wrong business. I'm just stopping this right now. Or how can AI actually help me grow my company faster? And that's the way I look at. Eventually, you don't need nobody, nothing anymore, pretty much. Only people who actually put all those things together.
Right.
So I'm not feeling threat by it. And the second one, what was it?
Customer service rep.
Of course, that makes sense. It doesn't mean that people in that industry are not good or not great people, but how can we combine AI with that? Maybe it's going to be reducing the amount of rep, some companies have. But if you combine AI with them, it's going to be even more powerful.
I agree.
And we can, like, let's say we instead of having a conversation once a month, thanks to AI, we can have like a shorter conversation, but maybe 4 or 5 times a month. And actually on things that people are working on week by week. So, again, you can take it positively or negatively. I tend to look at the positive. There's some stuff, like I mentioned, like for me, that are more scary. If I was a professor, or if I was a data analytics guy, or if I was all that, I would be more scared because that's 100% AI. I mean, I can see that. But those things, I don't think it's ready yet. And
I
just
agree.
The way I see it.
I was just being cheeky, but I do think, because I knew I wanted to spend more time on talking about it, so that's why I want to get through the list. I think the travel piece, you totally hit it. And also on the customer service rep piece, I think the thing that some people don't think about is humans still want to interact with humans. So even if you have companies who have these AI bots, I've actually texted with an AI bot. Like there was this guy who is, I was looking into something on a PDF farm, and I text something, immediately got a response back. I texted back, immediately got a response back. I'm like, I'm not dealing with a human. I knew it, and it wasn't. And I'm not saying it soured me on anything, but I could tell, the difference. And then I think, I do think when it comes to basic service, like how many times have we called up? We got a customer service rep that was located in another country. They were reading off a bunch of cards.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't helpful at all. That type of rep, I think, is in danger, because that type of rep could be more efficient and effective having an AI bot. But where you need nuance, or where the problems are more complex, or where the information is such where it's not as clear of just a Q&A transactional back and forth, you need a human. And to your point about what you're making about travel, I think is perfect. And it's how we led with IBM Watson. When you can get the efficiency and effectiveness of the human with the knowledge and the ability to understand complex information and understand what is the root thing somebody wants to achieve, like on a travel experience, what do they really want to experience versus, you're right, they could be getting this itinerary and some of this stuff may not even be real because of hallucinations. But as a expert in the field, a travel agent, you can use AI to make things more efficient and effective for both you and the client. That's the win-win. Same with customer service reps. I think those who embrace it, use it to be more efficient and effective with their time so that they can actually spend more time learning about different things that can aid their clients, deepen their knowledge, spend more time relationship building, trust-based value-added relationships with clients. It's going to make a world of difference. But there's going to be people who won't put in the effort, and they're going to get left behind. And it's sad, but it's true of anything. The world evolves and grows. You either evolve and grow with it, or you get left behind. You've seen that in history for thousands of years, whether it was technology that did it, or whether it was just empires or different things that happen. The world changes, and you can either embrace it. Ask Kodak what they think about iPhones. Ask Blockbuster what they think about movie streaming. They did not embrace the moment. They were market leaders. They could have embraced it and been market leaders in this evolved market, but they didn't, and they died.
I agree. That's a great example. And to come back to travel, the reason why I'm not worried at all is even if you do all of that, something spit it out to you, you still need, like I said, the time to contact each and every one, connect them together, and the price will be the same or worse than a travel agent, because we have deal with vendors. And that by policy, we cannot have a price that's higher in 99% of the vendors we work with. So they will have the same price at best, or if they contact us, they don't have to do nothing. They may send us, hey, here's the itinerary that I love, and then we will be able to do the work at the same price or better, and that spare them time that they don't have to spare by themselves.
Yeah.
So I don't feel threatened by it. I think it's a plus. But
I agree. But it for the lazy agent, it is just, whether it's a travel agent, a customer service agent, whatever it is.
Agreed.
They're going to be the dinosaurs of it. So don't be a dinosaur, winners. Embrace it. Remember Ryan Holiday's book, The Obstacle is the Way. Embrace AI, learn about it, get familiar about it, and benefit from it versus letting it have an adverse impact. So that'll do it for this Monday Mindset episode. Hopefully you have maybe a little different outlook, and maybe hopefully a little more positive outlook about AI. But it is something that is affecting our day to day and will continue to do so. So, with that, please be sure to follow, share, subscribe, sing the praises of Two for the Win on any platform that you wish. We would love having you as listeners. And thanks again to nickmenard.com and the 1% Push and his Amazon best-selling book, Mindset is My Degree, for sponsoring today's episode. Thank you, sir.
Bye, winners.
Bye, winners. Take care.